Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's another Monday, guys. Another Monday to make some Benjamins. Let's do what to share the live, guys. Let's do what to share the live. Let's share the live. Let's get other people joining us to live trade today. Let's go, guys. Let's share the live. You're all welcome. You're all welcome, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good morning, Obi. How are you? You're all welcome, guys. Let's share the live. Let's share the live. I'm sharing the live to the community now. Just help me share the live, guys. Help me share the live. Alex, I'm fine. How are you, Alex? Tap Mom, I'm fine. How are you? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So as usual, it's another Monday and we are going to be analyzing our favorite Forex pairs, right? We are going to analyze EU, GU, we'll analyze silver, we'll analyze BTC, and we are going to analyze gold also. Now, last week, gold was very good, guys. It was fantastic last week. We had just one loss last week. Every single trade we took from Monday to Friday was a win, and we had just one loss on Thursday. But it's another week to make money, guys. Another week to make some money. Is the live clear? Is it clear, guys? Let me know if it's clear on YouTube, on TikTok, if the live is clear, if it's smooth, if it's lagging too, let me know, guys. Let me know if everything is clear. Is it clear? It's cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, guys, I'm also streaming live on YouTube, so if you want to see the chat very big, like huge, or in landscape, you'd have to go to YouTube. Those on TikTok, you can go to YouTube and then watch there also. The YouTube link is just about trades, or go to the community, you find the YouTube link there also. All right. Okay, let's just wait for a few minutes, then we can get some other people joining us, then we can begin. But before we wait for them, where are you watching me from? Let me know in the comments. Where are you watching me from today? Where are you watching me from? Let me know in the comments. Which country? I'm in Accra, Ghana. Which country are you watching me from? Which country are you watching me from? Let me know. Let me know. Nigeria. Awesome. Nigeria again. Awesome. Guys, where are you watching me from? Uganda, Pakistan. Awesome. Nigeria again. Germany, Uganda, Nigeria again. Wow, lots of Nigerians today. Okay, I've seen one Ghana. Nice. UK, Ethiopia, Uganda, Ireland, Uganda again, South Africa, Kenya, Lagos, Kenya again, Uganda, Ghana, South Africa. I'm not seeing many Ghanaians today. What is happening? I'm seeing more South Africans, more Ugandans, and more Nigerians. South Sudan, Kenya, Uganda. Special eyes, yeah, Toyarifa. Okay, UK, Nairobi, Zimbabwe, awesome, awesome, awesome. That is great. Liberia, awesome, awesome. I'm currently in Accra, Ghana, and if it's your first time watching me, you're welcome. But if it's your first time, let me know in the comments. Type first time in the comment section. Let me see if this is your first time. Let's welcome you. If this is your first time, just type first time in the comments. If it's your first time, type first time in the comments. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nice. Okay, we have 2 first times on TikTok. Awesome. Okay, Leslie, your first time. Awesome. Singapore, this is not your first time. I know you. This is not your first time. I know you from the live. This is not your first time. Okay, if it's your first time here, guys, I've seen many first times on YouTube and on TikTok. You're welcome, guys. If it's your first time, you're welcome. And my name is Abba. Every Monday morning, At 8 a.m. GMT, we go live on YouTube and on TikTok to analyze live. So we analyze pairs like GBPUSD, Euro USD, silver, gold, and BTC USD. Yes. Also do want to join the Telegram channel, because once I leave the live, every other update goes on in the Telegram channel. All right. So let's just begin for today. Let's start for today. Let me share my screen on YouTube. YouTube, can you see my screen clearly? Is my screen clear on YouTube? Let me confirm. Is my screen clear on YouTube? Awesome, it's clear, it's clear. I just checked myself, it's clear. Okay. So let's just begin. Let's see how last week, let's just review last week straight quickly, then we just begin what we have for this week, all right? So let's just begin. Like I said, if you're on TikTok, I'm also streaming live on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, just search for AbaTrade, or go to my Telegram channel. You find the link in the Telegram channel to join the YouTube live, okay? So that you can see everything in landscape, full screen for you. All right, so let's just check. Let's check. This is gold. So on Friday, we had a sell zone on gold. I sent this zone on gold on Friday. We took the scalp buys from this zone here. I think it went about 55 pips. We took some scalp buys here. Price entered this zone, but it entered there when, I mean, obviously markets open. We're sleeping then. And my price has sold massively, over 500 pips into the buy zone we had on Friday. We missed this move. It's fine, guys. It's fine, because I couldn't wake up at 12 a.m. I need to sleep too. I mean, to get this sell trade. Also, this zone tapped around 5 a.m. We also couldn't get into this trade. But it's a new day, and we are going to get some new entries also. So let's just be positive. Let's check our setup for EU last week. So this was our trade for EU. Let me just show you guys what happened. So on Euro USD, who remembers this setup? Who remembers this setup? Everything has played out to perfection. Who remembers this setup? Last week on Euro USD. Euro USD, who remembers this setup, guys? Who remembers? We had this setup on EU last week. Very beautiful setup. So the first tap was in this first buy zone we had on Euro USD. This first buy zone we had here. Markets pushed up to this level. So from this level, we had about 50 pips on EU, right? Price reacted from that level. And then eventually price came around our buy zone here. You know, we fine-tuned this zone on a lower time frame. That is how come our zone came below. But then price tapped the zone. Ideally, the zone was somewhere here. We fine-tuned it. But then price tapped the zone at this level here. And that is where we had all that massive buy coming through. So EU played out to perfection on last week. Last week. It played out into the sell zone. And now we can see price selling from that sell zone we had on EU last week, Monday. So this was our setup for Monday. It played out very well. Let's check on GBPUSD. Let's see GU. So GU, let's see. We didn't have price tapping our buy zone on GU, but then price tapped this sell zone here, this level right here. So from this level, price gave some very good reaction from here, this level here. And then price sold to the downside. I was hoping price would get to this buy zone for us to, buy all the way to the upside, but it makes it by a few pips and then bought to the upside. Now, at this sell zone, we had some reaction here with this candle. This is a 1 hour time frame, so it's going to look. But when you come to the lower time frame, 10 minutes, you can see we have some reaction from the zone with this candle here, and price eventually broke the zone. Let's check on silver. Now, silver was very interesting last week, guys. Very, very interesting trade on silver last week. So on silver, we had a sell zone here. We had this sell zone here, and then we had this buy zone here. Now, this sell zone, we had price. Our level was somewhere here. Right, on silver, the zone we had this sell zone last week. We had this possible buy zone here. Price reacted from the sell zone and then played into the buy zone precisely. Just look at the top of it. And then price pushed up above the sell zone, back inside the next sell zone that we had. Because this sell zone had already been mitigated. We took the entry from here, jumped into this zone, and now it's heading towards the upper sell zone. Then we had price tap that sell zone precisely on silver last week. Just look at the top. This is on silver. We had this same zone last week. So last week, if you had followed most of the setups you would have made good money on all the pairs. And on gold too, the setup played out. Now this is BTC. This setup was from yesterday. Let me close this. Where is it? Okay. Now this is BTC USD. So on Saturday, I sent this setup to the community. You can see we had the sell zone here, price tap the sell zone. We had a buy zone here, price fall to tap, but then in the VIP, I got some entries for us, which we took. And eventually price jumped into the sell zone here. So we made money from the buys, we made money from the sells also. And on gold, I don't have gold setup for last week, but then it played out. This was just basically what we had for NFP. So NFP, we had buy entry from here, right? Buy entries from here. You can go and check the community. And then price pushed up all the way to our sell zone here. We took some scalp sell here. We took some scalp buys here. Price jumped into the sell zone here. Reacted beautifully. And also on Friday, I sent new trade entries for Friday. We took the scalp buys here. Price jumped into the sell zone, which we missed around 12 a.m. We weren't awake, most of us. And then price tapped this buy zone also. So that is the recap for the trades we had as at last week. Let's just start afresh for this week. Let me move every drawing here. And guys, as I'm about to start, if you have any questions, just hold on. Okay, once I'm done with a pair, I'm going to ask you if you have a question, then you can just type it down. But if you type a question when I'm still analyzing, it's going to be hard to answer your question because I'll be looking at the charts. Now I have some moderators on YouTube, on TikTok. If you have any question, time frame, the pair, Richmond will answer you or Nanaja is going to answer you, all right? So just hold on with your questions, or you can ask the moderators in the comments, okay? Okay, so let's start with USD. Let's start from the daily time frame and try to understand what market is doing. Now, last week, you guys remember I mentioned that we've been having series of higher highs and higher lows coming in on most of the USD pairs. So I was expecting some bullish momentum coming in from most of the USD pairs. Now, if we check EU, we've broken some levels on EURUSD. We broke this level here. We also broke this level we have above here. Let me clone this. We also broke a level here. Okay, and then we have a new high form here. So as price has broken this high, probably we might have price pulling down to form a new higher low and then another push up and maybe into this zone here. But currently, we don't have anything yet on the daily time frame for EURUSD. So let's move on to the 4-hour time frame to make sense of what market is trying to do. Now on the 4-hour, things are much clearer on the 4-hour time frame, where we are having series of higher highs and higher lows. So let's start picking it. So we have a high here, price put up to form a high here. Okay, we formed a low, price put up to form a high here, formed a low, we put up to form a high here, forming a low. So we can see that uptrend coming in on EURUSD, right? So let's just delete and then let's see what market is doing now. Now we formed a new high here. If you are looking for price to form a new higher low, we might have to start looking for areas where price has broken structure from. Now, let me have this level down as my first level to look at, and then let's have this area. We'll be looking at this area also. Now, for the sells, we look at this pivotal level that we have here. We have this pivotal level here that you'll be looking at what price will do. Let's go to the 3-hour and let's make sense of it. Now, on the 3-hour time frame, we can tell that in this whole structure, this uptrend structure, the only candle that has been mitigated, right, is this other block that we have right here. Because you see, we've broken structure to the upside a lot. We have a break of structure here. We have another break of structure here. Once price broke up, it left this other block also behind. So let's just have an extension of the zone. Now for sales, there's no area for sales just yet. But then for EU, let's have this area down for our first possible sell zone. It seems far away, but we never know what these pairs have for us this week. Okay, so this is the first one I can see on my chart. Let's go to 2-hour. 2-hour time frame, nothing yet. The sell zone also meets with the one we had on the 3-hour. Let's check 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we can fine-tune our buy zone smaller, all right, to this small other block that we have here. Now for the sells, we can't fine-tune it. It doesn't really look solid to fine-tune that sell zone. Now let's see. We have a possible entry here, but let's check the 45. 45, that entry is gone. It's not available anymore. So let's just focus on the buys for now. So 45 minutes, we have the buy zone at this level. We fine-tuned it. Let's see 30 minutes. 30-minute buy zone is also valid for me. But let's check the sell zone up here. Still no refinement in that zone. Every candle there seems to have been mitigated. Let's see the 15 minutes to see if we can have some refinement of the zones. So 15 minutes, yes, we have a refinement. We have this other block inside the zone that hasn't been mitigated just yet. So we just bring our zone to this level. Let's see the buy zone, if we can make some sense out of it. Now for the buy zone, there's so many zones to look at the moment, okay? But then let's have this area down also. We might have two reactions from this zone here and then from this zone below here. So we have our first buy zone here, we have another one here, and then we have our main sell zone above here. So let's write possible buy zone. We'll refine it on the 5 minutes. That is if there's an area left for refinement. So we have our first buy zone here. Let me increase the font. And then we have another buy zone below. Now for sales, we have this sell zone up here that we are going to be looking at for EURUSD. Now the setup might look simple, but trust me, you guys know how our zones play out a lot of the time. Like last week, no zone on EU failed. Every zone actually fetched very good profits on EU. So let's have these zones down for EURUSD. I think it makes sense. It's very good. This buy zone here is very good. The first buy zone we have here. Now for this buy zone, we can refine it just a little bit to this area here. This is fine. This buy zone here doesn't need any refinement. Let's see the 5 minutes if it needs. Okay, we can refine it on the 5 minutes time frame to this very small order block we have here. But then for the lower buy zone, it's intact, guys. We don't need refinement for that just yet. Let's see the sell zone. Now the reason I'm refining, always I tell you, is to have a very small stop loss, okay? No need entering the trade when your stop loss is huge, like over 500 pips. That doesn't make sense. So the sell zone, it's also okay, guys. Let's not refine the sell zone. So this is what we have for EU for the time being. This is a forecast for EURUSD for the time being. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear for you? Before I move on to the next pair, is it clear? Do you have any question before I move on? This is what we have for EU. This pivotal level, I didn't find any setup there, so I'm going to take it off. This is what I have for EU. Is it clear, guys? Someone saying giveaway for first timers. It's your first time and you already want to give away. Really? YouTube, is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Okay. Now, guys, let's like the live, okay? It's not encouraging. 4.7K on TikTok. Very, very, very bad, guys. Let's do what to double tap. I'm showing up here, helping us to make some money this week. The best you can do to support the live is also to double tap, guys. Just double tap to tell the platform that you like the live so they should push it to many people, all right? If you don't double tap, they don't show the live to other people. So please help me double tap and then let the platform boost the algorithm in our favor, okay? So let's move on to GBPUSD. Now, this was our setup for last week. Played out beautifully. Let's remove drawings and then start afresh for the week from the daily time frame. Now, when it comes to GBPUSD, it's interesting, guys. With all the other pairs, we have series of higher highs and higher lows forming on the higher time frames. It's even evident. But on GU, it's just one impulsive move. We have a high here that has been broken. This level here that was broken. Right, aside that, we don't have any structural break on the daily time frame. This level here is the only one that has been broken. Now, without wasting my time, there's nothing really to look at in this zone. Let's have this other block down. This time frame, there's really nothing much to look at on the daily time frame. Let's come to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, it's looking like the same thing we had on what's this pair? EURUSD. The same thing we had on EU. Now, inside this daily zone here, I can refine the zone to this small order block we have here, because that is only one that hasn't yet been mitigated in that zone on GBPUSD, right? Now let's check on this structure where to look for possible buys from. So in this whole structure, the lowest one I can see, which looks viable, is this zone we have here. The other block we have below. Bear in mind, we've been breaking structures, okay, on GBPUSD. Most of the USD pairs actually. On gold, on other pairs, we have many structures being broken. So this sell zone here is valid. This buy zone here, we might have two buy zones coming in on GBPUSD. Let me just draw the first one down. Then we'll look at the lower time frame to see if there's any sense to make out of them. I'll look at this zone, guys. This zone, I'm not yet sure about it. I'll look at it on the lower time frame. Now, for the buys here, this buy zone, we can refine it to this small order block that we have here. If you look at the sell zone, the other block is valid, guys. It meets with whatever we had on the 4-hour time frame. Now, with the buy zone I marked here, yes, it looks valid with this other block. So, same thing like EU, we will have two buy zones on GU also. Two buy zones on GU, same like we had on EURUSD. So we have a sell zone here, we have a buy zone here, a buy zone here. Let's check the 1-hour time frame. So on the 1-hour time frame, we can even refine the zone smaller, right, to this area here. Now for this area here, refinement can be tricky, but we can break it down to this level here, and let's just leave this lower shadow here, okay? Let's see the 30 minute zone. This is valid, guys. Let's not even touch it. Now when it comes to the 15 minutes, this buy zone below is tricky, guys. Very tricky. Very, very tricky. But let's just have that level down. I wanted to refine it, but if we are going to refine it, it's going to be a tricky one for us. It's going to be a tricky one, trust me. Let's check the 5 minutes in that same buy zone. Yes, guys, I'm going to remove this buy zone off because there's really nothing clear I'm seeing in that zone. The lower zone, I've removed it, guys. So we have these two zones down, this sell zone here and then this buy zone here for GBPUSD. Bear in mind, we use this other block, okay? And also we have some liquidity sitting down here, probably waiting for market to be cleared. Market to clear it before it pushes up. So we have liquidity here. We might have price reacting from this level also, like what we had on EURUSD last week. Even though there's liquidity, we might have some reaction from this zone here before price clears that liquidity to the downside. So there are two zones that are very close. And what I always advise is when you have two zones that are close, as much as possible, try to squeeze both zones into your stop loss. Okay, it wouldn't make sense taking a trade from here, getting stopped out here, somewhere here, and then re-entering here again, and it won't make sense. Just make sure that you tone down on your loss size and then squeeze both zones into your stop loss. So let's just check from this level here all the way here is 20 pips, right? So you can leave some room here, maybe about 35 pips. So that is if you decide to enter from the tip of this zone here, it means you have to include this zone into your stop loss and then make your stop loss 35 pips on GBPUSD. Now, if you are lucky to just get a trade from this area here, your stop loss can be just 18 pips or 20 pips. But then if you want to take advantage of this zone here and then also include this into your stop loss, 35 pips should be enough, okay? Should be enough for you on this trade. Now, let's see the sell zone on GBPUSD. So the sell zone, we can also fine-tune it to this small order block here, right? Let's fine-tune it. Let's refine it to this other block here. Hope you guys can see it. This other block we have on the 15 minutes. So that we have valid zones to look up to. Okay, so let's just write possible sell zone at the upper level here. And someone is saying all these pairs are baby pairs. You want to trade gold. And I'm going to be analyzing gold. You guys know it's only gold I trade. I'm going to be analyzing gold. Now, don't get confused or don't get caught up in people telling you this is not a good pair, this is a baby pair. So far as it's making you money, stick to it. I just saw someone saying all these pairs are baby pairs. For the person might want to trade gold or silver or something. They know the account balance. But then if you are seeing that, okay, don't get discouraged by you wanting to trade GU or EU. If your account balance can go with GU, stick to it. If you can go to EU, stick to it. If you think your $10 cannot trade gold, don't go and trade gold. Go and trade a baby pair, okay? That's what will sustain your account. So just stick to whatever works well for you. I always tell you, everyone has opinions in this industry. Stick to what works well for you, all right? Now, is GU clear before I move on to silver? Is GU clear? Is GU clear, guys? Someone said no. If you type no, just let me know what is not clear for you, okay? If you type no, let me know what is not clear for you. I should explain it. I've already explained it, guys. I've done a lot of explanations with this pair. Let me know what exactly you want me to explain. Okay, YouTube, someone is saying it's clear. The sell zone. So the sell zone, basically we started from the daily time frame, and in the end, on the 15 minutes, we came to conclusion on this other block that you see on your screen. This other block right here. So that is how come we came to that conclusion. Now, guys, the videos or whatever I'm analyzing is being recorded live on YouTube, okay? So if you miss anything, go back to my YouTube live, the live part, the live section, and then you have everything there, okay? Every live trade, every live analysis I have is being recorded on YouTube. What's the maximum SL on this zone? So I mentioned if you're taking the trade from here, make sure your stop loss, if you are squeezing both zones into your stop loss, because obviously they are both buy zones. You can have your stop loss as 35 pips for both zones here. If you're taking only this buy zone here, maximum 20 pips should be okay for you on GBPUSD. Look, man, this is GU. You can see it here as a watermark on the screen. Look at the screen here. Okay, guys, so I'm moving on to silver. We are done with the baby pairs. Let's move on to silver. So this was our trade on silver last week. Our buy zone sniper entry, guys. Sniper last week. From our buy zone here, sell zone, we took it from here. It was a zone to zone from here to here. Then we moved on to this zone here, and then price give us some significant move. I'm going to remove drawings, and then we are going to start afresh for the week. So on silver, I'm on the daily time frame at the moment, right? And we can see on silver, price is trending to the upside. Most of these USD pairs are actually trending to the upside. Now on silver, the first zone I can see, okay? Because bear in mind, we had this big impulsive move. And whenever there's an impulsive move, what do I always say? Whenever there's an impulsive move, what should we be expecting? What should we be expecting for a giveaway? But guys, what should we be expecting whenever we have an impulsive move? When we have a crazy impulsive move, what happens afterwards? If you're on YouTube, TikTok, let me know. Okay, Manos just said a correction, a pullback, retracement, all of those terms are correct. So with this impulsive move, we are having a correction now, okay? Now that correction is going to go into a level. Now the level that we see here that has been mitigated is this first order block here from that impulsive move. This was basically the candles that had most of the bulk orders being placed on. So we have this first sell zone here. This is quite big for silver, but then no worries, you're going to fine tune them on the lower time frames, okay? So let's just check for buys. We have no structure on this zone for buys, no zone here, but then we have a sell zone on silver. Let's move on to the 4-hour time frame. So for the 4-hour time frame, everything is clear. Just like I've been saying on EU and GU. We're having series of higher highs, higher lows, higher lows here. We have a higher high here, a higher low here, a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low. We have a new high form here, so ideally we might have a new low form in here. Okay, that is the structure we are seeing. Do you guys see it? I'm using structure to determine where price is going. Now, if this is giving a series of higher highs, higher lows, we know that eventually, once it creates a new high, we might end up in this zone here. Inside the zone here to create a new high, and then maybe we have a new low or another crazy dump coming in because the correction seems to have finished. Now let me delete this, and then let's try to look for possible entries now. Now with this whole structure here, after price broke this structure here, it left this other block behind. So we have this first other block here on the 4-hour time frame for possible buys. Let me extend this zone. And then inside this level here, this is going to be a tricky one, guys, because we have two other blocks to look at in this zone. I don't know which one to look at actually. So I'm going to leave this, and then we'll check the 1 hour to see which one hasn't been mitigated just yet. Let's see the 1 hour zone. Or let me just check 3 hour first. So 3 hour, there's a zone here, there's another order block here, quite a tricky one. Let's check the 2 hour. Same thing, one here, another one here. But then guys, we'll have this level down, okay? Let's have this order block. Let's select this order block. Just because we had this level as some form of, initially, okay, this level was a resistance. This bullish candle broke through, which became a potential support. Price got here again, broke through again. This level became a potential resistance now. So we have price. The possibility of price getting into this order block here is high. Okay, because it's a potential resistance, and then we have an order block at that level also. So it's a very good confluence for us. And also we have a bank level there at 65.000. Okay, so possibility that price might get into that zone is also high. Now for the buys, just no confirmation just yet. We have 2 zones also. Silver is looking very confusing, guys. Let's check the 1 hour. The zone on silver is very confusing. I'm not gonna lie. Very confusing one. I might just leave silver for today. But let me take it from this zone here. Okay. I'd have wished to have an entry at this level, but there was really nothing there for any good confirmation. So I'll just take it from this level here, because we have some small liquidity also sitting above this other block here. Now for the buys, for the sell zone, let's just have this zone down. Let's see the 30 minutes to see if there's any area to look out for in that zone. No area for the sells. Let's see the buy zone. Yes, on 30 minutes, even things are clearer on 30 minutes. This liquidity here, this double bottom here is more like a liquidity level. Then we can refine our buy zone to this other block we have here. Okay, so let's have our first possible buy zone. For the sell zone, we might just have to delete it and then go without the sell zone for today, because it's not so clear. The sell zone is not clear. Sell zone on silver not clear. Let's see 10 minutes. 10 minutes, guys. The sell zone on silver, I'm going to be removing it. Okay, we just have one buy zone for silver for today. The sell zone, I'm not really getting any refinement from. We have a good zone, but then we can't refine it. If we can't refine it, it means we have to risk the whole zone for a stop loss, and that can be insane also. So let's just have the buy zone down for silver. That is the only zone I have as at now on the chart. This level, no, not ideal. Guys, this is the only zone I have for silver for today. Is that okay? Is that okay, guys? We have only one zone on silver today. Sometimes that's just how it is. We have to just go without some zones. Is it okay, guys? Is this okay? Is silver okay? I wish we just leave even silver for today, okay? Even for the buy zone, we can monitor, but then let's just leave silver for today. I'm not really seeing any solid zones on silver just yet. But then BTC, beautiful trade we had on Saturday. How many of you took the BTC buys with me in the VIP on Saturday? How many of you took the buys with me on Saturday? How many of you took the buys, and how many of you made money from this BTC trade we had? This sell zone here, we didn't take it, obviously. You did. Awesome. Awesome. YouTube. Okay, you did. Nice, nice, nice. So we had this sell zone here, but this sell zone, I didn't trade this zone because it got there before. I mean, I was awake. Okay, it got there around, I think around 12 a.m. What time is this? This was 11. I was fast asleep, guys. I need to get my kids ready for school on Monday. So it's around 11 hours I was fast asleep. And I don't trade Asian session also. I trade London and New York mostly. So I didn't get into this sell, but we took these buys, the buys from here all the way to the upside. It didn't hit our stop loss, but still went to this zone here. There was this buy zone I had below here for us taking the trade from on Saturday. But then there was a confirmation I got from this area here. That is how we took the buys in the VIP on Saturday for BTC. The sell zone tapped, but then I'm still going to have this buy zone down just in case. Okay, so let's start from the daily time frame. Let's delete this sell zone, and then let's see what market is doing. Even the buy zone, let's delete it also, guys. It's a good zone. The buy zone is good. Let's leave the buy zone, guys. Okay, let's just delete it. Let's delete it. I'll draw it when I'm done. Let's analyze afresh. Now on BTC, guys, you can see the structure is already bearish. Okay, already bearish, making a series of lower highs, lower lows on the higher time frame. Now for BTC, let's look at what market is doing. I always say if you're a day trader, you don't need to go ahead and see all the way and start drawing your zone somewhere here. Okay, before price gets there, this could take years. Before price gets to this zone on BTC, we could take even years or months to get here. So whatever you do as a day trader, that is if you're a day trader, focus on what market is doing. Which means in this structure we have here, what is market doing? Okay, this is where you need to take your trade from. This area here, this area I've marked here. That is where you need to take your entries from, right? Because you're a day trader, you want to make your money for the day and then leave. If you're going to be waiting for a zone like this, it means you have to wait for weeks or months. So even though the structure is bearish, let's look at what market is doing for the time being. Now for the time being, we are having series of lower highs and lower lows on BTC. We have a low form here, a lower high form there. We have a lower low form here. Price pulled up to form a lower high here. Price pulled down to form a lower low here. And yeah, this is the last low. This is the last low actually. And now price is pulling up to form a lower high, right? This was where we had our sell zone from on BTC USD. This level we have here. That is where we had our sell zone on Saturday. That is currently moving beautifully. So ideally, as we have a lower high here, meaning we have price coming down, okay, to form a new lower low. But then I'm looking at where price might also retrace from, even though we have a high here. Now, for a first level, we had price breaking out of this resistance point here. You can tell we have several rejections here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of these areas are areas of rejection. That area was a strong zone and market broke out of it. Let's draw that area down. So these areas here, markets broke out of those areas. And ideally, you might have price coming back, more like a break and retest trade, okay? You might have price coming back to retest the zone, and then possibly we might push up again or have some retracements from there before maybe dumping. But guys, you don't need to always follow whatever the trend is doing. If you can have a retracement and it's making you money, you can make it, okay? If you're also just making money from joining the trend, that is also good, but you can make money from retracement also. Don't be scared to trade retracements. So we have this area here for possible retracement. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. Now that is beautiful. On the 4-hour time frame, in that zone we marked, that's break and retest zone we had down. We had this other block there. Now you guys know I will prefer other blocks over support and resistance or break and retest, right? So I'm going to delete this and then we'll mark this other block we had in the zone. That is where we might have very good reaction from. It also makes sense with the break and retest area that we had. So I'm going to extend this zone. Let's extend it. This was our sell zone we had last week. Let me delete all of these circles. Okay, so we have this other block here. Now price is coming down from where we had our sales from. Let's see this zone, this area here for our sales. Nothing clear yet, guys. Now this was the level I was hoping for us to take some trade from on Saturday. It was a 5-minute zone with some other confluences, okay? The buys we took here, I didn't use other blocks, but then for this zone here, there's an other block here with some confluences on the 5 minutes. So let's move on to 30 minutes. Let's see if we can have some potential entries from there. Now for 30 minutes, we can have this last zone below here, right? This area here for possible buys on BTC. Also because we have liquidity sitting here. Okay, let's have our liquidity marked. We have our other block below. Let's check this zone. Now on the 5 minutes, we had 15 minutes actually. Look at the 15 minutes time frame. Price didn't tap this 15 minutes other block that we had, but then ended up building liquidity, so much liquidity in that area. Just look at the number of taps. There's one here, just look at it. There's another one here. There's also another one building up in that same area, okay? Price might end up clearing that liquidity and then we will get into this zone for some possible reaction, okay? Not maybe like an entire impulsive move, but you might have some reaction from this zone here. So I'm still going to have my buy zone I had on Saturday as a possible buy zone on BTC USD. BTC USD, and we have another buy zone here, but we can refine this buy zone and then bring our lower zone to this lower shadow we have here on the 15-minute. So that is it, guys. That is it for BTC. For sales, I have no area for sales. Every area here seems to have been mitigated. So we don't have any area for sales yet on BTC USD. Okay, we don't have any area there just yet. Let's check 10 minutes. No potential entry. Every area here seems to have been mitigated. 10 minutes, we have a level here. We have a level here. We have a level here. On the 10 minutes, yes. We have a level here that we can look at. Another block that has been... The live is lagging on YouTube. Oh. Guys, is it better now? Is it better now? Is the live better now on YouTube? Let me know. Is the live okay? Sure, it's better now. Awesome. So guys, we have these zones to look at on BTC. Let me know if this is clear. I just saw one sell zone on BTC. I want to move my sell zone from here. Okay, this level here. Let's target this area here rather. This 10-minute zone we marked is still valid, but then let's just have, let me still draw the 10-minute zone down. But I just saw a zone up there that we might have some reaction from. So I'm still going to have a 10-minute zone down. But the zone above is also not a bad one. Okay, guys, let me know, is BTC clear? BTC USD. We are moving to gold. Gold is the next pair we're analyzing. YouTube is lagging, so you came here. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. I don't know. I think it's my internet. It's my internet. Let me see how YouTube is. I think it's back now. It's back now, guys. YouTube is working now. It's working. I can see it here. It's working now, guys. It's working. Okay, so let's move on to gold. Now with gold, I would want to, let me use this particular 8 cap. Let me use 8 cap. Oh, wait. Let me use a different. How do you want to delete my zones I had last week on gold, actually? I have some zones to look out for. I want another. Okay, I'm going to use city index. No. Let's Pepperstone. Okay, let's use Pepperstone, guys. Let's use Pepperstone. So for gold, I'm starting from the daily time frame. Mostly I love to use FXCM or my XNES charts. Okay, my XNES web terminal to analyze gold. But I need to make sure that the candles I'm getting on the other brokers are also reasonable. Okay, they are not telling me lies. I need to make sure that is good. But anyway, let's use 8 cap. Let's use 8 cap, or we can use Pepperstone. So on the daily time frame, gold is making some form of correction. We can see some form of push up coming in on the daily time frame. Nothing really clear on daily. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. So on 4-hour, let's mark this pivotal level down. Okay, that pivotal level, let's mark it down. Now on 4-hour time frame, nothing clear yet, guys. Even though we are seeing series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. We formed a double top in our zone we had on gold. Okay, we had the sell zone on gold from the daily time frame last week. Thursday, Friday, we had our sell zone for NFP, which was this area we had here. We refined the area to a particular level, but we had this sell zone from here, okay, last week. Now let's check the 3-hour time frame for possible entries. 3-hour time frame, nothing clear just yet on this zone. Gold, I don't know, it's really becoming hard to see things on gold now. This zone here, nothing really also for tests. Possible buys from here. It's a possibility. Let me just have it down. Let me have gold down here. Let's extend the zone. Guys, I don't have any solid zone on gold just yet, but let's just move on to the lower time frames. Okay, maybe we'll have one popping up very soon for us. Let's see. We might have to leave gold today, guys, because even on 1 hour, it's only this zone I have for possible buys as at now. Let's check the 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Well. So guys, if we're able to close below this zone here, okay, that is one condition I'm going to be looking out for, because we have more like a tweezer form at that level, and that level was also the level we had the scalp buys from last week. Price we tested that level. If we close below this zone here, we might look for possible sales around this level, this area here. I'll send the setup. That is, if we close below this level in the next 12 minutes on the 30 minutes time frame, we'll have possible sales coming in on gold. Okay, let's not conclude just yet. I want us to wait for a candle closure. 15 minutes, we still have to wait for a candle closure, guys. So on gold today, I don't have a setup as at now for gold. As at now for gold, nothing clear, guys. Nothing clear just yet. Nope. Nothing clear on gold, guys. Nothing clear just yet. So what I'm going to do with gold is I'll just take a while. It's 8:48 now. Maybe by 9:30, I'm going to update with 1 hour closure. Okay, I'm going to update how the setup we have for today. So do want to join the Telegram channel. I'll update the setup I have for gold very soon. As at now, I don't want to force a setup on gold when I'm not seeing anything. So you're going to leave gold to be, okay? For the next 1 hour, I'll come up with a new setup and then I'll share with you guys. But for now, there's really nothing on gold. Trust me, I'm not seeing anything on gold. Aside my zones I had over the weekend, from last week, my sell zone here, which is price reacting from, we had this scalp zone. This was NFP. We took all of these trades, the scalp buy, the scalp sell. But then I don't have any trade as at now on gold, okay? As at now, nothing on gold. My sell zone here was tapped on Friday. This buy zone has already been tapped. We tested the broken scalp zone. Currently, I don't have anything just yet on gold. So we will just wait, okay? In about an hour time, I'll update my gold setup. Is it okay for you guys? Is it okay? Mic is muted on YouTube. Hold on, let me check. Mic is muted. Guys, it's okay on YouTube. I can hear myself on YouTube. Is it okay? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Can you guys hear me? Let me just type it. Since they can't hear me, but my mic is on. Mic is fine. Thanks. Okay, guys. So for gold, we are not forcing a setup now, okay? I'm going to take a while and look at the market again on gold, and I'll get back to you guys. But I need a candle closure on the 30 minutes first before I can conclude on wherever gold is trying to head to. All right? So let's leave gold for now. You guys know it's gold I trade mostly, so I'm going to sit down to get a setup. If there's none, we will just have to leave it for today. But if I get one, definitely I'm going to share it, and I'll come live to trade live with you guys, okay? Is it okay, guys? Let's not force a setup. Let's not force any just yet. Let's not force any on gold. There's really nothing clear on gold. There's nothing clear. We could have scalps here and there, but then I want long-term zones that will give us good reaction, okay? We can have 40 pips, 50 pips scalps, but then we need levels that will give us like very good trades. So let's just wait. Let's wait. Someone said GJ. I'm not touching GJ until price gets to any of the zones I marked. Beautiful. We've had this zone for over a month, guys. This zone here. Who remembers this GJ zone? We've had this for over 1 month, guys. Over 1 month. This GJ zone here. We've had this buy zone and this sell zone for over 1 month. Price just got there. Who remembers? Finally. GJ got to that zone. Who remembers this zone, guys? Who remembers? Let me know in the comments. This zone on GBPJPY. It's been playing there like, I don't know. Let me check. We've had this zone for, let me check the dates for you guys. This is like for over a month, actually. We've had this area for over a month. Actually, from around 2nd June. Price has just been playing around every single time. So for over a month, price just got to this sell zone we had on DJ. So guys, yes, possible trade on DJ. I don't trade DJ, but then possible trade entries. If you missed it, let me see if we can have some possible entries. Also, we have some form of tweezer forming on a 30 minutes. If we close bearish with this area, with this candle in 7 minutes, we might have some more drop coming in on DJ. For re-entries, Re-entries. We can have this area here, market broke out of, or back into the zone. Okay, back into the zone. Possibly back into the zone, or the area markets broke out of. Back into the zone on this other block here, this 5 minute other block, or back into this zone here. That is if the 30 minutes time frame closes bearish. That's when you look at this zone. Okay, so for GJ, yes, it finally tapped the zone. Possible sells coming in on GJ, and then we have the buy zone here also on GBPJPY. So for GJ, that is it, guys. I don't have any setup just yet. These were the two zones I was looking at, more like swing zones I was looking at for long term, and we just had reactions from there. Namvuzo, long time. You also map it out. Awesome. Someone said we should trade it. I don't trade DJ, guys. I analyze this pair because someone asked on the live about a month ago, but I don't trade DJ. But yes, I've given you guys possible entries, and it's on condition. That is, if 30 minutes closes bearish, then yes, you can have those levels down also. You caught this trade. Awesome. If you have been following this setup for the past 1 month, you will get into this trade, because I've been saying DJ, that is the only area I was looking at. I should send the setup to the community. Sure, I'll send every single setup, guys. Every setup we've analyzed on EU, GU, silver, BTC, I'm going to send it, and I'll add gold to it once I do some deep analysis on gold. All right. Do you have any question, guys? Any question? Any question, guys? What is fair value gap? I don't trade fair value gap. I don't know what it is, but I know people in the comments talk about it. I don't trade fair value gap. How to join your community? So if you're on TikTok now, go to my bio. Okay, tap on my name, go to my bio, and then you see a link there. Tap on the link. Once you tap on the link, it's going to open a page for you where you see my trading community, my YouTube. You have all of those lists there. Tap on the first one that says join Telegram channel. When you tap on it, TikTok will not allow you to join directly from TikTok. So you have to copy the link and then paste it in your browser. And then once you do that, you click enter or something on your browser, and then it's going to add it to the community. If that is difficult for you, you can just go to YouTube right now and then tap on any of my videos. You see my Telegram channel link under any of my videos also on YouTube. But guys, if you go to Telegram and you search for me, let me tell you this, because people have been scammed with that. If you go to Telegram and then you search for my name, a lot of channels will pop up. I have just one channel, just one public channel. But a lot of scammers have created different channels, about 12 of them in my name. If you don't take care, you might enter the wrong channel. And they give good trades too. They copy trades and then they come and paste it. But then they always find a way to take your money. I don't know if they use some form of, I don't know, some magic here and there, but they can work on your mind to take your money. I'm telling you guys, it happened to me when I was a beginner, okay? They can find a way to take your money. So do well to join with the link in my bio only, so that you don't get scammed. Someone messaged me last week that they joined a channel, they took my trade, the trade was good. I was like, I didn't send a trade today. Well, like, what happened? The person said they took a trade from my channel and they made money, and they have to pay $150 to join VIP for 1 year. Guys, don't fall victim to those ones, okay? Please, don't fall victim. Don't fall victim. And guys, I'm going to send every setup we've analyzed on EU, GU, silver, BTC, and also go to the Telegram channel. So if you want to get all the setups, do well to join the Telegram channel, okay? So they can have all of those setups available to you. If you have any question, you can go ahead. I'll come back live in about an hour to live trade gold with you like always. And for those just joining for your first time, every single day I go live to trade only gold, okay? So we live trade gold in the mornings, in the afternoons. We take break around 12 p.m. GMT. Then we come back again if price hasn't gotten to our zone. So that's just basically what we do every single day. Just do what to join the Telegram channel so that you get notifications whenever I'm going live, okay? Also, the mentorship program is coming up on the 18th of July. My new mentorship batch, okay? I have mentorship programs running throughout the year. And every program lasts for 3 months, guys. The new program is starting on the 18th of July, which is about next 2 weeks. If you want to join, do well to join, because I'll be closing slots for this particular mentorship very soon. I want to have a sizable number I can manage. So I'll be closing slots very soon. If you want to join, send a WhatsApp to the number you see on your screen. There's a WhatsApp number on the screen, +233 540123 916. Send a WhatsApp to the number on the screen and just say, hello, I want to join mentorship. That is it. If you want to join, just send it. I'm going to reply to you, okay? And send you the details you can follow to enroll. Also, if you use Xness, if you have an active Xness account and it's just lying there, you're not getting any benefits from it, you can join my VIP and then get benefits from that, okay? You join my VIP, you take my trades for free. You don't give me some of your profits. No, your profit is your own profit. But then once you have Xness, you can join my VIP for free. So if you have Xness, send me a DM now to take all my trades, my BTC trades, my silver trades, my gold trades. You can take everything for free for a lifetime without paying any subscription fee. Last week in the VIP, we had just one loss on gold last week. Every trade we took on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were all in profits. Only Thursday, I think. Was it Wednesday? I think it was on Wednesday. We had just one loss on Wednesday, our second trade. We had just one loss. Aside that, every single trade has been crazy. Trades like what you see on your screen, right? We took this trade for NFP. So NFP, we had a buy zone here. This buy zone you see here, right? We took a buy from this area for NFP, and you can see how markets pushed up. This area here. We took this trade for NFP, and the markets pushed up to this level. We had a sell zone here, a scalp sell zone here, which I've indicated here. Price sold from that level back into this scalp zone. We took the scalp trade from here, and then price jumped into our sell zone. On Friday, we had this sell zone. We took a scalp. Every trade is a zone-to-zone trade, and it plays out very well. So if you want to take my trades, just join a VIP channel if you use Xness, and then you can just take my trades for free. There's also the paid option. If you want to join the paid VIP, there's a paid option. Or if you're in Europe and you can't use Xness, also send me a DM, all right? And that is it for today, guys. Unless you have a question, I'll be willing to answer. Do you have any question, guys? Any question before we go off and then come back live to trade? Do you have any question, guys? How to join VIP? Just send a DM, guys. Send a DM. Send a DM. There's a WhatsApp number on the screen on YouTube and on TikTok. Just send a DM to +233 540123 916. Okay, and I'm going to respond to you. Just screenshot the number on the screen. You can just screenshot it down. Whenever you are ready, you can just send a DM. What about those using MT5? What do you mean? What do you mean, Kweku Roxin? What are those using MT5? What is wrong? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Are we going for a buy on DJ? DJ tapped the sell zone, guys. I'm not looking for buys on DJ. Actually, I don't trade DJ. I did that setup for some people who asked to analyze DJ. But then it's in the sell zone. I'm not going to be looking for buys from that zone. What do you use on TradingView? So for gold, I like to use my Xness web terminal, okay, to analyze my chart. That is because they give very good candles. Xness gives very good candles. But then on TradingView, I like to use FXCM, then get my confirmations using my Xness web terminal. I don't know if you guys understand. Also for EU, I use FXCM on EU. GU, I use FXCM on GU. Silver, I think all of them, yes. Basically, but most of them, I use my Xness terminal. You can see FXCM. Okay, you can't see it on TikTok because the screen is not full. But yeah, FXCM for all my EU, I use a Wanda on EU. BTC, I use IC markets on BTC. And then for gold, I use FXCM, 8cap, or Wanda, and I use my Xness web terminal also. About how can Africans raise capital? That is a tough question. You know, raising capital is not something that you just close your eyes and it comes to you. You need to build your capital gradually. So let's say you have some money that you want to grow. Okay, you have $100 you want to grow in the forex market. You build it gradually. You cannot raise your capital like in just at once. Now, let's say you're a salary worker also. That is how you can also raise your capital. I always say that before you learn how to trade or before you start trading, you need to make sure that there's some inflow coming in for you. Because you use money to trade. If you don't have money, you cannot trade. So make sure you have some job or something you're doing that is giving you the funds to trade until with time, you can consistently rely on trading only. So if you have a salary worker and let's say you earn about, let's say 2,000 cedis a month, which is about $180, or let's say you earn $200 a month. You can set aside $50, okay, which is about 500 cedis a month. Set it aside for your trade account, or maybe 200 cedis. Depends on what you want to use. It's not a financial advice, guys. Just whatever I'm educating you guys on. Take some part of your salary aside and then use that to start trading. Don't use all your salary, guys. Don't use all your salary, because you don't know how the market is going to turn out. It's an unpredictable market. Don't use all your salary into the market, and then once you hit stop loss or you blow your account, you're back to square, like zero. Take some part of it and then grow that capital gradually. That is how you can really raise capital. I don't advise going for loans. I don't advise borrowing money. Just use whatever you have. If you don't have, there's no force to trade. Okay? If you have, you can trade. But if you don't have, don't. I have people testing me in my DMs. They've blown monies. They need money. They need and some funds. And I'm like, you don't have funds. Why are you even worrying yourself to trade? Okay, so if you don't have funds, guys, you don't need to trade if you don't have the funds. Okay. Analysis on US oil. I haven't analyzed US oil. VIX 75. I'm not analyzing volatilities today. I'm not analyzing volatilities. Okay, guys, so that'll just be it. I'll be live trade in about maybe a few. I'll update you guys in the Telegram channel. So do want to join the Telegram channel with the link in my bio, okay? So that you know when I'm going live and you get all of these setups that I'm going to be sending soon. I'll see you guys shortly. Take care, and guys, peace out. Peace out. Peace out.